Welcome back. The American Heart Association has brought awareness to women's cardiovascular health by way of their signature Go Red for Women initiative. And here with more details is Shannon from Buffalo's Go Red for Women. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Kate.
All right, so let's share more about the importance of going red for women.
Yeah, so Going Red for Women is really just sharing the initiative about everything when it comes to women's heart health. Women often are an unrepresented population when it comes to, experiencing the right amount of care that they're getting for their heart health. So the more awareness that we can bring, the more tips and tricks and everything that we can teach everybody in the community, on risk factors and ways to prevent heart disease, that's everything Go Red for Women. We are just trying to put as much information out there as humanly possible.
Is there anything you can tell those who are watching about their heart health, what they should be aware of?
Yeah, so the biggest thing is just making sure to know your risk factors. So making sure that you're eating healthy, you're exercising. If you're drinking, you're limiting the amount that you're drinking. If you're smoking, quitting smoking. Women experience different things than men. So we go through menopause, we go through childbirth. It's just knowing those different ways to make sure that you're managing everything appropriately and making sure that you can make those right decisions to have the healthiest life possible.
Wonderful. And you have a presence here in Buffalo. Do you have an office based in Buffalo here?
So we don't have an office based here in Buffalo. Pretty much all of our staff works remote, but there is a Buffalo team. We are spread out all over the place. Some of us come as far as, Erie. Some come from Buffalo. Some come from Rochester. We're all over the place.
Wonderful. And you have a really big event tomorrow.
Yes.
For the luncheon. Share more about that and sort of what the goal is for that.
Yeah, so tomorrow's our Go Red for Women luncheon. So it's an event that we gear up all year for. It happens in the month of February, which is Heart Month. It's a magical event. You're going to have a room full of, several hundred women, men as well, and we're celebrating women. You're going to hear from some amazing guest speakers that we have. You're going to hear from survivors sharing their stories. You're going to hear from past women of impact who have raised money and awareness for heart health for women. And you're going to meet our new women of impact that are currently running their campaigns this year. So it's really just an amazing event that is, run by our volunteers and run by our staff, just to learn everything. It's our theme this year is In This Together. So it's really just coming together and, when you leave that event, you think about things differently. If you've never, been to one before, you think about, your heart health a little bit differently, especially if you have kids and a family. You're like, oh my gosh, maybe I do need to change some stuff. So
100%. And where do the funds go once you raise them tomorrow?
So all the funds go towards Go Red for Women Buffalo. So it stays towards, giving CPR awareness trainings to the community. We have different AED machines that are being placed in different places. It just, it's really educating the community and putting that awareness out there. So all those funds are staying local to make sure that we can, train as many people as possible.
Damar Hamlin was obviously a huge story here locally to kind of get people aware of their heart health. How has his impact really supported your efforts to be able to talk about CPR, AEDs, and all of that?
Yes, everyone has, either heard or seen Damar's, story unfolding live. So it has, brought so much awareness to CPR. People are like, oh my gosh, maybe I do know how to do this. He has been a tremendous help and such a great advocate for people learning CPR. Even kids for learning CPR. It's crazy how many kids are, more interested now because they saw Damar, go down in the field and they're like, oh my gosh, maybe I need to learn how to save a life. So he's been an amazing partner, an amazing, advocate for CPR awareness. And, he's right out there with us, in many different events trying to help train people and advocate for that as well.
Yeah, speaking of events, you actually had an amazing event a couple weeks ago with STEM,
Yes.
trying to train young females about the importance of STEM events or careers. Share more about that and the impact.
Yeah, so STEM Goes Red. It was an amazing event. So we have girls that we bus in from various schools around the city, and they get to come in and do real life experiences. So they got to learn suturing. They got to do ultrasounds. The ultrasound was the coolest. We had an amazing doctor that was in there that let them ultrasound his eyeball and his neck, and the girls were amazed that they got to learn all these things. But, they travel around. We have vendor tables. We have an amazing panel of, doctors and various leaders that share stories and, talk to these girls girls to hopefully encourage them to have a future in STEM so that they can maybe one day be those doctors or be those researchers that are helping make, advancements in heart health for women.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Shannon, for all you do. Good luck at your luncheon.
Thank you so much.
Hope you raise a ton of money for our area. Viewers, there is still time to donate and do your part for this important cause. Just visit heart.org/GoRedBuffalo for donations and more information. Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, Kate.